All right, we're back again. So we don't know what she touched or what happened, but she touched something and the screen went black.
I tried to block somebody, but I thought it blocked us. I don't know.
So far nobody's on, so nobody knows we're even here. So we'll see what happens. If anybody gets a message, let them know that we are back live again on the Bob and Tam Show. Ka-ding! Welcome back. Good to go. Yes, we are, George. We are good to go. We got the show back on. We don't know what Tam touched, but she definitely touched something. Ka-ding! So we'll give us a few more minutes here. We'll kind of, there we go. We got a bunch of people coming on. See ya. Yep.
Sorry about that.
We don't know what
I don't know
happened.
what I touched.
She was blocking somebody, and all of a sudden our screen went out, and it could have been aliens.
I don't know. But there's a lot of motorcycles out again. They're all here, so.
They must have heard we're coming back online. They wanted to make a bunch of noise.
Yeah. There you go, Ramblin' Rome. Hi, Jamie. Wolverine State.
Where we're at, we're on Main Street in Daytona. Daytona, yeah, we made it to Daytona. We're down here on Main Street in Daytona. We're at we're at Dirty Harry's. No. That's where we're at. Dirty Harry's right behind us. No, we're in
America
Sturgis.
in Sturgis.
Yes.
See how far we go? It's like, whoop. I
Magic.
always wanted to be bewitched, you know. I don't know.
Everybody even knows who Bewitched is.
Yes, they do.
The
They're all
aliens.
our age. I saw that. Opportunity to give more thumbs up.
There you
Yeah,
go.
I know.
Have to
We
start
had a
over
lot
again.
of people on.
I don't know.
We had over 500 people on.
That's right. We were on a roll there, and
Motorcycles,
we lost it all. Don't know what
uh,
happened.
oof. I know. Thanks for helping him. Yep, he's a good guy. They're trying to get their channel going too. They do an awesome job. Adam Amsoil.
Yeah.
See,
He actually had some really
They know
good,
who Bewitched is. I tried for years to get my nose to do that. It never
Yeah,
worked.
we had 394 thumbs up on our last one. 6 down. Those same 6 losers keep watching the show. You don't like the show, don't watch it.
Yep.
Go away.
It's like they watch it enough to give us a thumbs down. So you would think,
Well, some might be just clicking and not even watching the show. But we ended up having 2,700 people watch the video, so that's kind of neat.
yep, that's the first one. Take one.
So now we only got
Take two.
26 watching it. So
33. They probably are still trying to find out where we're at, where we went. I don't know. Did it come back up on Facebook?
Yeah, that's right. On Facebook.
Facebook.
Should have. So if you're on Facebook, let us know if you're watching the show. So we're starting all over again. Welcome to the Bob and Tam Show today. We are downtown Sturgis. We're at Loud American, right here in the heart of Main Street. Actually, we're kind of, we are in the middle of Main Street because it keeps going that way a long ways.
It does.
And it goes a long ways the other way. So this is probably pretty close to being in the middle of Main Street.
That's the end of the main part. How about that?
Most of the vendors are gone. Who's still here is the people selling T-shirts. There's a whole bunch of them. And there's also a couple people selling motorcycle parts. I don't know what they were selling, covers and stuff like that. Don't know. Other than that, that's about it. Anybody that's doing any real work is gone. No tire dealers, no repair shops, no nothing. The bars are kind of still open here. See over there at One Eye Jack's.
I don't know.
They were sitting over there. They were sitting over there on that end. But it looks like, oh, there's a girl. I see her over there. So One Eye Jack's is still open. They got, looks like one person at the bar here on the left side if you were looking from our side. Iron Horse, we don't know. We had trouble with Iron Horse last night. Tried to get in there. Oh, we don't know what's going on. They've hired way too many people that don't know nothing about nothing.
Well, let me tell you. Well, I don't know. I can't say that. I was going to say they've got some good security, but it's not so good because they stopped us. But a bunch of other people walked right past us.
Our favorite YouTuber that is on our subscriber, Prime Cut Pro, they walked by and didn't say nothing to him. We walked by because we had our media passes. Who are you guys? What are you doing? I'm like, well, call Steve. Well, we got to call head of security. Well, call the freaking manager. That's who you need to call.
The owner of the bar. Call him. That's.
Well, it's just.
Well, I know, but I mean, I'm sure he has some cut.
So we'll never
You
cover.
can still buy beers, yes.
So we won't go to Iron Horse or Broken Spoke here in Daytona again, or here in Sturgis until we talk to them again. If we don't get it straightened out, we'll bypass them all next year. It was too much aggravation and way too many people thinking they're chiefs and not enough Indians.
Pretty much.
And we've never had trouble with Iron Horse. or the Broken Spoke in Daytona, Myrtle Beach, all the places like that. They've been excellent. They've been just very hospitable to us. But over here, we've had nothing but trouble trying to get something done. And, I don't need it. And
So anyway, Jerry said that we owe him a beer. He's coming next year. He didn't come this year. And there's a couple of you guys that we owed beers to that we never got to meet up with.
We only gave one away. We tried to get some stuff to give away for this year from Sturgis.
Oh, we didn't go down there either.
And ain't nothing here.
Not like last year.
Yeah,
last year they had the little shot glasses and the hats and
the
what all did we get? Yeah,
all kinds of stuff we gave away. And this year, nothing. I got some posters. We may have
the metal signs.
The metal signs that we're getting from the chip. They left on the bar. I got to get down there tonight.
Sturgis 81st, and does that Budweiser on them too?
No, yeah, just it might have said Budweiser, and it said the 81st in Sturgis. Got a nice little metal sign. They were on front of the bars.
Yeah, they weren't too awful big.
There's a couple of banners. I don't know what it'll cost me to send a banner out. Probably media, so it'd probably be cheaper. We might give away some of the big long banners that Budweiser put up. It says the 81st. I got to go down there when we get back, and I brought the cordless drill because they're all screwed in together, and get those off if they're still there.
Hello, wire ties. We used to go to, it was a Jimmy Buffett concert we went to, and on the way back out, we got a couple banners from the Jimmy Buffett concert.
There's ones that the beer distributors put, so it's nothing the vendors pay for.
Thank you, Kenny. We appreciate it. We do it for all you guys, so give you guys some good information so you know where to go and what to do. Pating from the old country. Which old country? Bird Dog sees Rat Pink. See, Rat Pink, you got more friends than you think you have.
That's right. Where are all them subscribers? We only got 85. We're not doing so good now. Well, everybody left us.
I think everybody just went to bed. They said, oh, well, they're gone. You guys folks to meet up with you. Just by bumping in by chance. That's how we meet most of you guys. And like I said, once we get to, if we do Daytona or Bikes, Booze, and Barbecue, we're going to try, if Cyril's down there, maybe give them a specific time and date.
The problem we have to look at is where internet is. See, that's the problem when we get there. Yeah. We don't have any internet in some of these locations. So that's where it runs into problems doing this kind of stuff. Yeah. Because we look at...
If we just do a meet and greet, you don't need internet.
Yeah, but then you sit there for 2 hours, nobody shows up. You wasted 2 hours. So a lot of people here said they wanted to do meet and greets, and we asked people, do you want to do them in the morning, do them in the afternoon? When do you want to do them? Nobody ever answered. Said. So it's like, I don't know.
Ohio. And, thank you. But we appreciate you guys watching.
And I know there's a lot of people that you don't have time once you get to the rally to watch our videos. So you don't necessarily know everything that's going on.
We're going to try to pre-plan one.
But I mean, even at Terrific Tuesday, we still only had a dozen or two people show up out there, which I understand that's a long way to go. But if you're already riding around the Stoneville and Stone House Saloon, out to Devil's Tower, going out to Badlands, that ain't much farther than any of those.
Somebody said if he went to Fozzie Cycles that you should have your bike checked by pro. I don't know.
I don't know nothing about the guy. He never did end up talking to us. He wanted to go. He said he wanted to talk on camera. I talked to him 2 or 3 times. He said, "No, not today's not a good day. Today's not a good day." But I mean, he's only doing general maintenance, batteries, oil changes, and tires. So, the guy that put my tire on, everybody kind of wondered about them too. But the guy that put my tire on seemed to knew what he was doing.
He was the owner of the shop.
The guy that poured all the oil out of the CVO, I'm not sure what he knew. And the guy that kept losing stuff, I wouldn't let that guy wipe my butt.
We don't really send out stickers by mail because I think that would cost a lot much. No, they want to know if we'd send them by mail. But we'd be more than happy to give you one if we meet you. I keep them with me.
We've sent some from home. But when we're on the road here, we don't have envelopes, we don't have stamps. Then we got to find a post office and all that kind of stuff. When we're home, it's a lot easier to do that. We've mailed a handful of stickers out while we're home. Yeah. But on the road, it's tough. Now we know what the post office here is. But in Daytona, we got to drive around to find a post office. Because she likes to send the kids something, the grandkids.
Yeah, I like to send them postcards. And then it was birthdays. In May, we were out. And, that was in Myrtle Beach. And I wanted to make sure my daughter got it on her birthday. Because there's a bunch of birthdays. So I went to the post office, mailed hers at the post office so she'd get it on time, and sent one of her sons and my other grandsons and my cousins and everybody else.
Ever got them.
Yes, they did. But my daughter that I sent a week earlier at the post office got it the same day she got her son's, which I sent a week later from the campground. I just took them up to the camp. I don't know. I was not very happy, but she ended up getting it eventually. They went to Fozzie's, gear bike, went in reverse. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. We don't know anything
that's
about
one of the
them.
reasons why we recommend people. You know, that's like I say about anybody. You know, there's a lot. There's hundreds and hundreds
be in
and
Galveston,
hundreds
Big Johnson.
of vendors here. Maybe even thousands of vendors here
Thank
in the
you.
Black Hills. That's why we pick out a handful of people. You know, Adam Amsoil. There's a guy that does oil changes, does love jugs. We have Speeds that we recommend. They do oil changes, and they do all the other stuff that they do on the bike, and dyno. Tires, we don't really have somebody that recommend doing tires. I've heard there was a problem with JP Cycles the other day. I don't know if it really happened there or not. But I mean, a lot of these shops are hiring people on the spot here. They're not the regular employees coming in. So like the guy we talked about the other day, Heavy, we probably should have went down there and checked with him on a price on a tire.
Yeah.
He brought his mechanics up from Daytona. So it's just regular mechanics that do regular work. It's not anybody Joe Blow from Home Depot they hire. They don't really have guys working stand out in front of Home Depot here looking for work.
Not like in California.
This is a different state and different mentality going on. But I mean, they didn't find some guy walking down the street saying, "Hey, I can change tires," and never changed a tire in his life. And
I said that Fozzie said he needed to change the blinker fluid in his.
I have the winter fluid in stock. If you need to get some, I can send some out to you.
For your blinker fluid?
Or did you oil the horn though? You gotta make sure the diaphragm in the horn has been oiled, or it won't vibrate right. You get that buzzing noise before you honk it.
We're not sure about Bikeoverfest. The only ones we know we're going to for sure will be Lake of the Ozarks,
So here's
Bike Blues and Barbecue, and Galveston for sure.
here's what we're doing. This will determine if we go to Florida. So in the next week or so, we're gonna edit our Terrific Tuesday video. We're gonna put it up there on the Patreon channel for $25. You can do it for the 1 month if that's all you want to watch it. $25. You'll be able to see anywhere from an hour to 2 hours and a half of video of milkshakes. 50 different pairs of milkshakes. So here we sell 2 milkshakes, not just one like you get down
You get a pair of them.
at wherever selling milkshakes at the ice cream place. So you can get that. If that does really well, that's the money we're going to use to go to Florida and get back home. So there it is. It'll be, once again, we didn't make the 25,000 subscribers like we thought, but this is one way that if people subscribe to our Patreon page, and we'll show a video here soon on how to do that. If you don't know how, join the Patreon next month, pay $25.
See the milkshakes.
See the milkshakes, see Terrific Tuesday, see all the controversy that happened at the end, and you be the judge and tell me who should have won, or if the winner actually was the best winner. And from there, that money will determine if we hit to Florida. If it doesn't do very well, then we're not going to make it to Florida. We'll see you in the spring. So
JC says he's in.
So until that happens, we'll know. Also, well, if we just get a bunch of people to join Patreon, if we're doing pretty good. We got 34 people.
And we appreciate every single one of
And
you.
not a bad amount of money.
So Big Johnson, did you ride up in the hill country? I don't know where you rode in Texas today. He said he rode. Go ahead.
If I get 4 times what we've collected right now, we can do a lot more rallies monthly. Because what that is it's guaranteed money coming in that we know about. See what I just made here in Sturgis, and we've done really well right now in Sturgis. Counting what we had to pay and everything else, we're probably going to break even here for once in the since we've been doing this.
So in 18 months, we're
But I
finally
don't
at
get that
point.
money till
Next month.
September 25th is when I get that money. So that's the part that sucks.
See?
Now, Patreon money, I get the first of the month. Once you pay your bill, 2 or 3 days later, I got a check. So I got a check for 2 months of money, which really was nice to get 2 months of that money. And that added to what we had already for what we're figuring that we've made here in Sturgis. So we've done pretty good this month. But what's bad is this is the granddaddy of it all. We do
This
the
is
best
where we make the most money.
we ever did. Both times now in Sturgis, we've made the most amount because we're getting the views. Some of you are watching.
And we've grown the most here. That's the big.
This time not. We got about 3 in the last 30 days. We've gotten about 3,300 new subscribers.
And
But
last
last year we got 6,000. Now I understand that there's a lot more people that probably had no clue who we were last year. But we still have 65% of the people that watch. Actually, 65% of the people that are on this video right now are not subscribers. So like a while ago, we could have got.
That's nice.
So you figure out of the last video, they had 500 people, 2,700 people were watching off and on, because nobody stayed. Most people don't stay at the beginning to the end. Where if all those people would have joined that never did, we would have just jumped probably 2,000 subscribers here just in this last hour. But people don't do that. A lot of people are watching on the TV, or they don't have a YouTube account, or they're watching on Facebook. All those don't. Facebook doesn't get us nothing. We don't. They say you can make money on Facebook, but I don't know nothing about that. We only have about 1,000 people, friends on Facebook. I think they said something about 4,000 or 5,000 you had to have. Here, somebody gave you another super chat.
Oh, yay. Thanks.
What's it say?
You two are really great. Keep up the good work. Thank you. It's Kanank. Kanak.
Thank you.
13. Thank you very much.
So like this money, we appreciate this money, but this goes on to our total for September 25th. And which is fine, because we know, but like the check that I'm going to get next month, or at the end of this month, is an amount that really ain't going to pay, probably won't even pay enough to fill my truck back up of gas. Because the month before, we didn't have a whole lot going on. We were just starting to get videos going and talking about Sturgis. So we didn't get the following that we have now. So we can sit down here next Sunday and talk, and we probably won't have half the people that we had today, because they're interested in
Once
Sturgis.
you subscribe, you're already subscribed unless you unsubscribe.
Yes.
But he wanted to know if we have to subscribe every time he watches something.
No, but you have to watch a video. You have to watch at least one video pretty much every month or so, or they'll take you away from me. You'll still show as a subscriber that we subscribe to our channel. You just won't. We don't get any credit for you.
Right.
That happened to me last year during the pandemic. We lost about almost 5,000 subscribers, and we had people that I knew as friends that were subscribers said, "We're not subscribers of yours anymore. What happened?" And I'm like, I have no idea what happened. They said they never unsubscribed. Because most people don't unsubscribe unless you get a channel like, let's say we start a channel out tomorrow, we get on here and we use the 4-letter words on every other word. And you're like, well, I don't like that kind of language. I'm not going to watch this guy no more. And you hit unsubscribe. I probably subscribed to 1,000 people.
Yeah.
Videos that we've watched since we've been on YouTube. How many people do we honestly watch? We have about 4 or 5 that I watch
regularly.
Well, I don't know. We see them at least once a month.
Yeah.
And because we haven't had any internet TV.
No.
So we just started. We watched buddy we watched last night. We watched 2 videos last night of 2 of our people that we watch. Other than that, that's all we've done all week.
So somebody says if you go that for your super chats, YouTube takes 30% of that money. I don't know if they do or not.
They take a cut.
But they said that Facebook doesn't. They haven't started changing. We don't know how you get money on Facebook, and we don't have as many followers on Facebook as we do on YouTube.
Yeah. So if I go now on the Facebook, we probably got 13 people watching it, where we probably had 500 a while ago.
Right now.
So 8 people on Facebook. So it's not. I do it as a convenience because some of my relatives don't know how to do YouTube, so they can see us on Facebook. So we only let it stay up there for 30 days and it drops off. YouTube stays up here forever unless I delete it.
That's what they said. That Facebook, they can give you stars, which counts as money, and they don't take any money out yet. They might eventually. That's what
I don't know how that works.
A lot of people. That's what Big Johnson just said, that he doesn't do Facebook, and a lot of people we know doesn't.
Yeah. Well, see, a lot of people don't even want to do YouTube because all this media, it's all media.
It is.
And that's why we kind of.
If you got a phone, they're tracking you. It doesn't
Patreon takes less money out, depending on how much involved you want Patreon to be. So I'm at the very basic package.
Oh, we got another super chat. Thank you, William Long. He loves what we're doing.
But what overall, I don't think it's 30% that they take. Because this money's stacked in with my channel. Because I know that the Facebook also has a join club too that you can put on. It'll be right down here in the comments. You'll see a little button that says join after our name, and you can hit on that. And I don't have it set up. That one, they do take 30% out of it because everybody told me do Patreon before you do that because you'll get more money from your subscribers.
But the YouTube one's easier to do because it's right there when
because it's right there on the line and people don't have to drop down and look for it. And that's the problem people have is looking for stuff. A lot of people don't. It's very confusing.
It is.
to know how all this, you know, you got to click
Somebody
this little
said
link.
thanks. They know why they got subscribers taken from their channel now.
Mm.
We didn't realize it last year because we grew so much. When he got home and he kind of finally figured out all the analytics about it, it said that we lost 2,000 subscribers.
Yeah, they showed that there was a way. I don't know if they can still do it now. You could go in and see how many subscribers they took from you. Well, I wrote YouTube and complained, and they said, well, you know, sometimes people just get tired of watching you. You know, well, a lot of it they clean house. So they also look at if you've got any bots that are joining your channel. See, I always tell people that never go to a watch. What do they call that?
Watch group.
Watch groups. They will take them away from you. And that, we did some of those. I don't think I got 2,000 people from a watch group, but we went on some of these watch groups when we first started, and you'd watch their video. You'd run 5 computers, and you watch everybody's channel. You let it run, and you watch like 15 videos on every computer, and you commented on everyone. You liked everyone. You subscribed to everyone. Thank you.
Oh, and I'll give you guys a sticker.
You want a sticker?
I know them. I've seen them before.
There you go.
Thanks for watching.
Thanks.
So that's what you have to watch. If you're new to YouTube channel, don't do that. There's a lot of things you can do. Like when we started the RV channel, you could actually go to other RV groups, and they do that. They support. But the idea is you join those groups that would do lives there's a whole group that does a video every day. Somebody's got a live going. You go on those groups.
Oh, there's Heavy. How you
Mama
doing? You
Tam.
wanna say hi?
How you doing?
Yeah, we're on YouTube. Tell
We're on
everybody how great was the business.
The rally was great this year. It was really, it was like 75th anniversary numbers.
You were crazy, huh?
Stock too, didn't you?
We had a lot of tires in stock. We sold out. Yeah, we sold out of tires this year. We had a really good year though.
All right.
Be ready for Daytona, right?
No, we're not ready for anything. We're taking a little vacation for a week or so. It's been a long, hard. Yeah, no, we're gonna take some vacation. It's been a long, hard ride. So this is the hardest one we've had in many years. A good one, profitable, safe, everything went good, but we're all tired out.
Yeah.
It's been a long couple of weeks.
Especially you're open 24 hours a day. A lot of work.
We're tired.
Well,
I know somebody was saying they went to another garage and didn't get very good work. And I said, spend a little more time, give you guys more business.
You're too
You
kind.
always bring your mechanics in, don't you?
Yeah. We got our mechanics
Yeah,
where they at.
you don't
Oh,
hire
they
the
left.
ones local guys and stuff. And I think that's what
No.
happens here.
We
A lot
bring
of
the
people hire those local guys.
We bring the whole store and
Yeah,
transplant it from one end of the country to the other. That's why it's so hard.
Yeah.
Semi-tractor trailers full of bikes and parts.
Well, I'm glad you guys had a good rally.
Thank you so much.
Take
Hopefully
care.
we'll see you in October.
We'll see you in October.
All right.
I'm actually going to be playing in October at Boot Hill Saloon for Biketoberfest.
All
Got a
right.
band?
Yeah, we're doing a Robin Trower tribute band called Day of the Eagle.
What day is that going to be? You know, yeah.
Saturday, I believe, Biketoberfest.
All right.
Well,
Boot Hill Saloon.
All right. Take care. Have a safe trip home.
Thank you.
So that's actually Heavy Ed from Daytona. He's a great guy. We met him last year. He looks like a rocker, don't he?
He thinks he looks like Axl Rose.
Yeah. And we met him down there. We stopped in his shop and said, you know, we got a YouTube channel. And first he said, you know, give me a minute. I'm on the phone. Let me get this done. Gotta get some paperwork done. And wait. And then he's like, come on back here. Let me show you our shop. Let me show you the bikes we're working on and stuff. And he says, you can film anything you want. You're free to go. Whatever you guys want. We're here. And he was the nicest guy in the world.
Yeah.
And we need to do that. Do you ever come back to Daytona and you can't get in the speeds or something like that? There's a guy that I'd recommend. His mechanics were down there, and they're good mechanics in Daytona. That's what I was pretty sure of, that he brings in his own mechanics.
people.
So he's actually on Junction. There's that building there. They have bikes up front. It always says,
Fenders.
yeah, it always says bikes for rent. That's it. They're open 24 hours a day for service and towing. So if you need to be during the rally, they came the Thursday before the rally started, last Thursday, and then they were done yesterday, of course. And
I saw him last night, was it this morning? I don't know. Whenever we went to McDonald's for breakfast, must have been
yesterday morning.
And he looked wiped out. And I said, how'd you do? And he said, oh, we did great. But he said, we're just done. It was
They
a
travel
great
all
rally.
the way from Daytona here in 3 or 4 days. They get here. They bring 3 semi trucks, 2 with bikes in them that they rent, and then the other one's full of their equipment and all their guys and all that stuff. And it's like, I never knew. They've been doing it for 22 years. They've been in that same building there on Junction. So they're doing something right. And they're called Midwest Motorcycles, right?
Midwest Motorcycles.
And you can Google it in Daytona, and that's exactly the same phone number and everything. If you want to rent a bike, you know, Easy Ride, or not Easy Rider, what's the motorcycle rental place? Eagle Riders. Eagle Riders is going down the tubes. So you're probably not going to be able to rent an Eagle Rider Harley next year. They're going to be pretty much adios. Why? Because Harley Davidson is no longer going to sell them new bikes. So unless they go out and buy used stuff, you're never going to see any good used, no good bikes to ride. Heavy here at Midwest Motorcycles is going to be your best bet if you want to rent a Harley to ride at the rally. What's nice about him is he's right here in town. So you can get you land at Rapid, get you Uber or taxi or the shuttle over here to Sturgis. You pick up your bike, you're right in town, ride it around. He's got his mechanics here. If something would happen to the bike or anything like that, he's going to get you, just a great guy. I can't say enough about him.
He wants to know if they're even going to be open 24 hours for the right Oktoberfest. I don't know.
I don't know if
he might. If he does it here, I wouldn't know why he wouldn't do it.
He might be, guys. I know he's got the towing and all that going on. I know he said towing was 24 hours. I don't know if he's got the shop open because we don't really have a Speedsters down there, but we don't really have any other shop that we really recommend for motor repair or any kind of repairs, tires or anything. So he might be our key guy for these two locations. For if you need tires, because I say he's bringing his guys that are well experienced. And
that's what somebody had texted me and said that, or emailed us, said that the girls on their bike hit a piece of wood, bent their wheels, and blew out the tires. So they couldn't find anybody that had any wheels or rims. So I gave him his number and I said, try him. I don't know if he's got it.
There's places here, but we just didn't have time. Down here, both directions. Down here by the museum, there's a place that sells used parts. And then down the street here, the other way, I think it's down by J&P Cycles. That big lot there's got all kinds of used stuff. But I mean, we don't have time to go salvaging looking for parts.
Well, then we didn't go to the swap meet. There's a swap meet at the track. And I don't know if it's all motorcycle stuff or if it's just a little bit of everything. I don't know. All right.
Give me a drink, girl.
Let's just that's a drink girl.
Drink girl. You are a drink girl.
1.34 million taxes for the Black Hills here. Oh, they wanted to say how this boosts the economy for this area.
Yes. If it wasn't for the Sturgis motorcycle rally, 90% of the businesses in this community would not be here. That's how much money is brought into this community. It's just not Sturgis. It's Hill City. It's all these towns, Deadwood, Keystone. All these places survive on the money that they make in these 2 weeks. There's a lot of these. Well, we found out some more bad news. Well, not for us or you, but most of the people that live in this area that rent, they have to move out for the 2 weeks during the rally. And you got to leave all your furniture, your dishes, and everything, toilet paper, everything for these people so they can rent your house out. And if you don't, you have to pay, like another girl we met, she pays $1,100 for a small townhouse in Spearfish so she doesn't have to move out. So it's crazy here how people here, because they make so much money. So like here, probably rent here, I would say you could probably rent you a house or something for under $1,000 a month. Normally, if this was, but the rally, these places, what you did. Some of these places would say they spend $6,000 to $10,000 to rent a house. So there you go. That's a lot of money for somebody that's only charging $600 to $100 normally a month to rent. Some of the shops down here, we did one on a bicycle shop down here. They had to move everything out of their bicycle shop. They had stuff hanging on. It was all these mountain bike places. They had stuff on the racks, all that. You know what it was during the rally? A tattoo shop. Not any of the ones we talked to, tattoo shops. Not those. It was on the other side of the street. But I mean, that's sad. And what did they give them? 2 weeks, maybe a month's worth of rent off. If it was me, I'd say, screw you, dude. I ain't going anywhere. I ain't moving out. Nobody's going to sleep in my bed. Nobody's going to use my towels. Nobody's going to use my dishes. Screw you. You want to pay me to do it, then maybe I would consider that. Let me pick who's going to come in my house and all that. But, well, it's not my house. It's his house. He's the landlord. But, I mean, that's just crazy here what these people have to go through that live here. So, and then property is getting so expensive here. This is going to be one of those states, Tennessee, Florida, Texas, Arizona, where we're at here. those states are, the prices are doubling here and tripling in price. Our house has doubled in 6 years. And thank you, waitress. Brought us drinks. Another Coke. 2 more Cokes than I should have drank today. So you guys got to meet Heavy there. He's one of the guys we did a shout out for. We didn't realize that. We never knew he was here. We didn't even talk to him last year. We met him down in Daytona last year and in October and did a shout out with him. And when we seen the building and we knew they rented bikes there, we stopped in and talked to the guy that owns the building. And he goes, "Oh, a guy named Heavy is the guy that owns it. It's coming in from Daytona." And I'm like, Heavy. Okay, sounds familiar, but I don't know. I go out, Tam's in the truck, and I'm like, "Hey, there's some guy named Heavy." And she had Heavy Ed. The hell, I don't know. They just said Heavy. I don't know. You're a big fat guy, Heavy. And it's like, so he's like, let me look up that phone number because I got the phone number of the guy. He goes, "That's Heavy Ed from Daytona down there at the bike shop, the chopper shop down there." And I'm like, holy crap, we know that guy. Call him up. Tell him we want to talk to him when he gets here. And so we talked to him on the phone. He was all excited, and we did a quick shout out the day he arrived, that Thursday. So if you go back and look at last Friday's video, you can see Heavy Ed telling us a little bit about what he was going to be doing here. And we should have got back and talked to him again, but we didn't.
We're going to be down at at the Ozarks. If you want to come down there, we'll see you there. He's in Springfield, Missouri. Or Bikes, Blues, and Barbecue. That might be closer for you yet.
Probably. Get some more subscribers.
No, we see him all the time. You are. You want to say hi?
Oh, here, come around here.
Oh my gosh.
There you
go.
Debbie Lovelace
Now you're
from
live.
Seattle.
There you go.
Oh my gosh, this has been an awesome trip. It's my first trip. I can't wait to come back next year.
That's right.
It was so awesome meeting these guys.
All right.
Have a safe trip back.
All right, you
You
guys
too.
too. Be careful.
So another happy subscribers. And just subscribe. Actually, today we've gained about 100 subscribers today. Not just as we've been online,
Yes.
but just me looking. I keep track of all my numbers and look how long people watch our videos, things like that. It tells us here after we get off that the average person watches like 6 minutes in one of these lives. But I mean, when we got 2,700 people totally watched it, it all adds up. I don't get any commercials from this. This isn't. I should have done on the other video. I mean, you talk while I change my stuff.
So, yes, we try to give you the truth whenever we find it out, and we try to get it straight from the horse's mouth. So anything that we tell you guys is what someone reliable has told us. So when we tell it to you guys, you know, and then if someone mistold us and you guys call us out on it, we'll double check and let you know.
We just found out about Shade Valley. We had a couple complaints. You can tell them about what those complaints were.
So we had a few people that said that they saw our video, they really liked it, they wanted to go check it out. One of them had like a 75-foot rig with their trailer and their motorhome together, and they said they wanted to go out there and check it out. So they went out there and they said $25 to get in. They're like, "We understand. Here's $25. We'll get a wristband. You have to leave your ID." And they're like, "Okay." No. Well, this is what they said. Then they said they would leave their ID, and then they said, "Well, this is concert night. You guys can't come in." They said, "All we want to do is come in, have a beer, check out the campground, make sure you guys got a site big enough to fit our rig." And they just said, "No, it's concert night. You guys can't come in." So, and we not only had one, we had 2 or 3 people tell us that same story. So they need to be a little more friendly to get customers to come in, because they, you know, that's how you make your money, you know. There's Skippy Jones. He wasn't on earlier. He's on now. So that's what, you know, we're going to talk to them about it, see what they say. They told us, the person who told us that. So
well, sometimes
he's kind of one of our contact people.
We don't really have a real connection with those people other than they live in the same town we do.
Yeah, from Bullet City.
But we talked to the grandson or nephew or something, who's the guy that did the original interview that talked to. And then the other heavier set kid that was on that video was a friend of that kid. But we're being told that that's the kid that chased these other 2 people off. Well, one of them's got a 75-foot rig with their big motorhome and their trailer. And they were actually looking to come out there and spend a couple $1,000s to stay with them for 2 or 3 weeks next year. Well, they lost that sale. So I don't know.
Some people were complaining about $12 beers. It depends on where you go. Because you can go to the Vets Club and you can get cheap beers there. They're like $3. And at Beaver Bar, long necks were, I think, $2.
I don't know.
I think.
But there's places around. There's guys that's down here on the street here that's got $4 beers. You know, canned beer you can get for $4. So there's places that are cheaper here. You don't have to go to an expensive bar and pay $12. reason they're charging you higher for drinks is because they've got entertainment. You go over here to the Knuckle or you're going to the Iron Horse, they're giving you free concerts. There's somewhere they got to make some money. They're not charging you an admission charge to get in. They're not charging you, you know, bands aren't free. They're all paying money. So if you're actually going to a concert, it's like going to the baseball game. Well, actually, it's not. The baseball game charges you a fortune to get in. They'll charge you 12
Or
bucks for a ticket.
Disneyland. There's places in Disneyland now that sell alcohol, and it's outrageous too. Our daughters both go there, and you know, yeah, stadium prices. That's what somebody else said.
Yeah.
So yeah.
So it's, but I mean, it depends on where you're going. If you're just going down here to the car, you're going down here to the Osage bar, they should be selling.
Oasis.
Yeah, Oasis. $4 or $5 beers. If you're going down to the dungeon, I bet you it's not very expensive down in the dungeon to get a beer. I never get to talk to him. We need to try to go down there maybe tomorrow and see if he's there. Probably won't be.
It's
but he might
we, you know, we had such a long list of things to do, and we didn't.
Well, too many things.
We feel like
us,
we didn't get very much accomplished.
What happened was too many things happened early in the morning. We had to be here at 8 o'clock. We had to be there. So we were dungeon. We were supposed to be there around 7 or 8 to talk to the guy that worked the bar for like 30 years. And then the owner, we never called him back to set a time up with him. We never made it over to the bike racing. I really wanted to do that. I wanted to do it last year, and I didn't get to do it. No. So once again, 2 things I didn't get to do.
And film it. We wanted to film the Miss Buffalo Chip concert, but that was at midnight. They would do it at midnight, and it's like after the concerts or in between the last band and before the main.
What you do, if you watch some of the other YouTubers that when they first got here, they tried to do what we did every day, put a video out. And then you see after they were here 3 or 4 days, they kind of died because this is a lot of work.
Hard to keep
up. We don't go out and party. We don't drink. We had somebody the other day did buy me it was over at Beaver Bar. They had Bud Light Lime, and he walked up with 2, and he said, "This one's for you if you want it." And so I took the beer from him and drank it. And
twisted his arm.
Yeah, and I drank that until it got warm. Most of it was gone. And so.
Thanks,
we don't do a lot of drinking. We don't do a lot of partying at night because I got to get back. I got to edit. And then by the time it gets to be 10 or 11 o'clock, we're just tired. And then we want to get up at 7 or 8. She takes a while to get ready, hour or so to get her face together and her body and her boobs strapped up. You got gigged on the other one again. You got a yellow flag again.
On where? The one we just had?
Yeah. Probably said that sexy thing again.
I don't think so. Anyway. Yeah, I know.
About milkshakes too much.
They talked about that too, I heard. This is a super spreader, but you know, if the other party happens to have a big shindig, it doesn't.
Well,
that doesn't get any coverage.
I did see something today on Yahoo
News. I thought you weren't going to talk political.
Well, I mean, it's just something I heard on the Yahoo News.
Right. I don't
know if this is true or not, but they said that a federal court judge has ordered that people coming into the U.S. through Mexico can't come in for sanction anymore. You have to wait in Mexico. So I thought if it came on Yahoo News, it probably had to be true because that's probably one of those newscasts that's kind of leaning that way. It's not, they wouldn't say it unless they had to say it. So I don't know. If you guys want to check it out, we don't need to really talk about it, but I was actually kind of shocked when I seen that today. We're not big news people, but when I opened up my Yahoo Mail, it said, look what happened. President Biden was this and this and this. And I'm like, well, let me see what it says. Click on it. And I'm like, holy crap. I can't believe the federal judge said that. But,
so the first thing we do when we get back to the trailer at night is he uploads or downloads, I guess, all the videos into the computer.
Flashcards.
And then usually if that's taken a while, I'll get all the stuff ready to go take a shower. And we take a shower, and then he works on the videos, and then I get stuff ready for bed, and then get stuff ready for the morning. And
so a lot of times, once I get it ready to render, so what you have to do, somebody asked what kind of editing equipment. We never did talk about that.
Oh, yeah.
We use Premiere
Pro,
not be
on anymore.
which is an Apple product, which is made by Adobe, which is owned by Apple. And that's what I edit with. Why? Because my son-in-law actually does commercial editing in LA. That's who made the logo for us. He made that for me.
Yeah.
Like 5 minutes, where it took me like all day to do it.
Thank you, Dad.
He did that for us. And so that's what he recommended. Years ago, we used to have an entertainment company, and we did Final Cut Pro, which is another Apple product. And I love that. It worked really good. I loved it, loved it. That was back in 2000. Well, now my son-in-law told me that they completely changed it, and it's a pain in the butt. And so he recommended doing the Premiere. And I like the Premiere. It's okay. I got an Apple computer now, but there's things on the app. It's been so long since I've used an Apple that there's some things I don't know how to do. I don't know how to make my thumbnail. I don't know how to.
If we're home, we're supposed to be going home for Thanksgiving, back to the kids'
should
house.
make it home on Thanksgiving.
So then hopefully Tad will have a few minutes to help him with that, to get some stuff done that he can't get done.
I'll play with the Apple when we start get away from me. Because here I gotta get a video up every day. I don't have time to jack around with the Apple computer to try to get it going. So I was using it at home before we left. I was using it for a while, but I have to come back to my PC to make the thumbnail. And then if I need to download something off the internet, like a picture or something, not everything. When we first did the video, I downloaded a lot of pictures off of it, like the signs, the Sturgis. We now have our own stuff. But sometimes it's easier for me just to Google it and take a picture off the internet than it is for me. Most of them aren't copyrighted and they're not up long enough. So that's neither here nor there. But the Apple won't let you do any of that stuff, which is weird. So I don't know. I never really searched the internet on an Apple product before. But when I edit, I only use that computer, usually just for editing.
And they're saying Sturgis, somebody, ooh, we almost had an accident real close.
Yeah, the truck didn't stop.
No.
That was a nice, almost had a GMC smack a little Sonora.
Yeah, you know, well, they're saying Sturgis isn't worth the hype, but it's, like I said, all the rallies that we go to, they all have their pluses and minuses. Sturgis, we feel, has the best riding here, and they have the best vendors here because almost all the vendors come here. So that's our take on it. Yes, it's expensive, but every place is expensive.
That's right.
Different
so
things.
What you got to look at is all these places that put on rallies, they're in it to make money. It's like going to a casino. You don't go to a casino thinking you're going to get rich. Well, if you do, you have no clue. They don't build those big fancy buildings out there in Las Vegas on just because somebody sponsored them. It's all about making money. Just like at these events. Somebody said, oh, Sturgis is too expensive. You know what they wanted to charge us last year in Daytona to camp right next door to Ormond, the Destination Daytona, where the dealer's at. It's an Encore Park, which was built in the 60s, and they haven't done nothing to it since 1960. Old bathrooms, crappy place, had old ratty trailers around you. You know what they wanted to charge us? $1,450 for 6 days. You know,
no concerts.
You know what we paid at the Buffalo Chip for 12 days at the Buffalo Chip with concerts? $1,450. So tell me who's screwing who. And we ended up having to pay. We stayed at the racetrack.
We haven't left yet.
That had no bathrooms, no showers. They had some Johnny on the spots. We paid $1,000 there to stay. So tell me where they're ripping you off at. Most of these rallies, everybody ups prices, you know. So it's like going to Disneyland, or it's like going on a vacation to Hawaii. You're not going to go there and spend the money that you would spend at home sitting on your couch, having a hamburger or a hot dog that you bought at the store and cooked it yourself and a bag of chips. So,
well, that's what somebody said too. If you're out, you don't have to buy those things there. They're drinks or food or anything else. You can have, well, Buffalo Chip you can't, but most campgrounds you can bring your own beer.
You go down to Walmart.
Yeah, and then you can drink, you know, when you get back to your campsite, and you can drink there.
You don't even have to drink if you don't want to.
You don't have to.
You know, it's
some people come for the party.
That's right. And if you want to party with your buddies, then party with your buddies. You know, go buy a keg. Cheaper yet. Get your big barrel full of ice. Sit out there until it's empty.
Like you did in high school.
Yeah. We used to.
Oh, so, Pinnacle Studio. They've been trying to figure out Pinnacle Studio for editing.
I looked at Pinnacle back in 2000, and it really wasn't too. I could do it, but the Premiere's not that tough to do. The basic program that they have, you don't have to do anything. They give you it's 20. Before my daughter worked at the high school, and she got it for. I got everything for $20 a month through her. Well, now she don't work for the school no more, and now I'm paying $25 a month just for Premiere. But you can use it on as many computers as you want, and it's very simple. It's already got text in there. They got dissolves. They got After Effects. They got all the stuff, and you can make it as fancy as you want. But for motorcycle videos, people don't want all that flashy stuff. You don't need to make the picture spin in and spin out. Motorcycle people don't care. They want to see something, and that's all they want to do. They don't care all the fancy stuff you can do, like on a TV. They're not watching a movie. They're watching a video. Now, don't make videos that are like this. It is crazy that we go live so long. But I mean, if people are still here and we're talking and it gets to the 2 hour point, we'll cut it off then. But if we're, my videos, I typically try to keep my videos around 8 minutes. I don't like to go much longer than that. But I see people out there putting hour-long videos out. Dude, I'm not going to sit there and watch you talk or about anything for an hour.
All right. He gets bored with people showing you their rides too.
Like there's somebody did the other day. They filmed all of Iron Mountain
like that.
from start to finish. Do you really? First of all, if I put it up on my 55 or 70-inch TV at home, it's it's like I don't know how anybody even watches all that crap.
We're gonna try, Skippy. You want to know if we're gonna go to Laconia next year?
Don't know. Well, we found a place.
That's what we think, Tater Two Dog. No better riding than the Black Hills area. Yeah. That's our feelings.
And a lot of people talk about it. And we rode in Missouri and stuff, and it's neat. But what's here is there's so many. You can get out here in the Black Hill, like I say, years ago when we came with my buddy, we put about 2,300 miles in from Thursday to Thursday. For just one full week, we rode 2,300 miles, not counting the 1,400 miles to get here and 1,400 miles to ride home. But we would get on the bike and we would ride every day. Got up at 8 o'clock, 7 o'clock, and we were out. We did the rides, went to Custer. We did Badlands. Well, we've done Badlands twice. Did it once with me and my buddy, and then she wanted to go see what it looked like. Once again, I wouldn't even waste my time going to Badlands. It's kind of like Devil's Tower, too. Going out to Devil's Tower and Hewlett.
It's just because it's an all-day ride to get to one place.
There's nothing to see on the way. You see a lot of fields. It's like, go drive through Wyoming and check that out. Or go through Illinois. Travel, what highway was that we traveled on in Illinois?
In Illinois?
Yeah, that goes from
55. The 55, yeah.
Get on the 55 from Chicago to St. Louis. And tell me how that works for you. There's a whole lot of nothing.
Soybean fields, maybe a cornfield, soybean fields.
A couple times if you pull off the exit. So I'm not into that.
Yeah.
I could sit up here in these Black Hills and we could take you on rides that would take you through neighborhoods that you'd be like, oh my gosh, I can't believe how great this, even just doing 35 or 45 miles an hour.
Just going through all the.
Weaving through the town, and you can pick around 9 or 10 o'clock, people's going to work. There's no kids out because they're in school, and get out there and ride around. And there's nobody, you might see a hiker or a jogger once in a while, but other than that, a lot of times we just turned off on a road going, oh crap, we missed the road. And next thing you know, we're winding through some subdivision, country road. Wow. And it's curvy and ups and downs and a lot of fun.
So they said that last Tuesday, a person won $1.5 million at the Venetian on a slot machine. And Friday the 13th, another person won $1 million on a slot machine.
Let's go to Vegas.
Missed it. He always goes through. We're not big gamblers either. We're like any cheese. I don't know. We don't drink, don't smoke, don't gamble. But every once in a while, he'll put some money in, and never won nothing yet.
$80.
So, yeah, that was the most we've ever won.
$200 years ago.
Yeah. Nice ride, Daytona, Ormond Loop. Yeah. Ormond Loop's nice.
But the Ormond Loop, what's there? You're driving around in this circle. It's kind of scenic, but there's no challenge to ride. You could ride a bicycle and go around the same thing, unless the water's there. Water was kind of exciting playing motorboat there. And, but the trees hanging down. There's also a nice ride coming from where we were up there at the dealership. It was way up there. They had
North Beach.
That was way up north?
Yeah, it was in Charlotte, North Carolina.
No. Oh. When we were in Daytona, we went up there to that dealership.
Oh, it was in St. Augustine's.
No,
it was
St. Augustine's down south.
No,
the one that we
north.
went to, it started with
Ammonac.
Yeah.
Ammonac.
And then we drove down that other road that ran along the lake, and you could see the trees.
Yeah.
They had all the moss
That
hanging on them.
was like the 313.
And that was kind of neat. But it was scenic. It wasn't
twisty turny.
Yes. So there's a difference. If you just want to go out and cruise, then yes. But Florida, a lot of times in Florida, the traffic's just so bad. It's it's an elderly community. We live in that where we live, called Snowbirds, and they putt around.
The ride to Cabbage Patch was decent.
Until it backs up.
And then you're stopped.
And you got to spend an hour to get from one traffic light down to the end to turn into the
for
Cabbage
2 miles.
Well, I don't know how long it is.
It's not very long. Arkansas was like, I know. We haven't been down there. We're excited to go down there and see the rides. They say up in the hills back there, which we're from that area, so I don't know. We never really rode in Missouri much, did we? We always rode in Illinois.
We went down and rode along the bluffs and stuff.
Oh, 157 Riverside Avenue. Like I said, all of them have their pluses and their minuses. So it just depends on what your cup of tea is. And all bike rallies are fun. It's the community, I think, that makes it fun. And then the destination to get there and stuff like that. They said the pigtail in Arkansas. We'll have to do that too. We was really close to Tail of the Dragon in Tennessee, but just
I
didn't
talked to
have the
somebody
time to stop.
here last week, and they told them you will be disappointed. And because it's people talk about it's like Daytona. Everybody said, "Oh, when you go to Daytona, you're going to be so overwhelmed. How it's the mega rally. It's so great." No, it's not. It's okay, but I mean, it depends where you're coming from. If you're coming from Florida, going to that rally, and that's the only rally you go to, yeah, it's pretty. It is. It's the big granddaddy of Florida. And it's probably, I don't know if it's bigger, but I know Laconia, a lot of people say Laconia sucks because it rains all the time. It's bad weather up there.
But then they
it's
say it's great riding too.
But who wants to ride in the rain on curvy roads? So that's it. Galveston's kind of the same thing. They expect it to be cold weather. Bring your chaps and your leathers. Because it's going to be nasty weather down there.
We've never been
there.
It's
November.
Yeah, it's November. So I'm sure it is getting chilly and cold.
So there's pros and cons of stuff. And it's like, we'll talk about the rallies. And some of the rallies, we call them good old boy rallies. Nashville was that way. I think Lake of the Ozarks, and I think Blues.
Bikes and barbecue.
One in Fayetteville, I think it's going to be a good old boy rally. What's a good old boy rally? We call that a 300-mile rally. People within 300 miles is most of the people that are there. And
that still doesn't mean it's not going to be a good rally.
Have a good time.
Hey, what is that?
Dragonfly. Drinking beer, listening to music. And that's fine, but it's like here, this is the only place that has big concerts. Buffalo Chip, they have big concert names. Colorado doesn't really have big concert names. Winona was not a big concert. Saliva's not a big concert. It's a concert. You can see Saliva pretty much at a lot of bike rallies they play at.
Samaka Farms.
So it's not like Kid Rock. How many rallies have you been to that you've seen Kid Rock on stage? ZZ Top, we seen them in Fontana. Used to be a Love Ride we had in California. Great rally. And the dealership, I think, sold and they dissolved it out. And it was the end of it. We only went a couple years to it, but it was always hot, too.
That was a free-for-all, too. They escorted you all the way through town till you got on the freeway, and then it was like anything goes. People were zipping around, and there was regular
within like 80, 90 miles an hour on crotch rockets.
So I don't know where Four Corners is at the BBB rally. You'll have to let us know.
Four Corners is up where we went to Four Corners.
No, it's not the same thing.
It's not that far from there. It's in another town, but it's like 75 to 50 miles from the real Four Corners.
Mike's Blues and Barbecue is.
No, Four Corners is up where Colorado, Nevada, Mexico comes together.
It says, "Are you going to the Four Corners on BBB next rally?"
I don't know. Google it. There's your phone.
I don't know. I'm just saying.
Google it. See where it's at. I have no idea.
Right,
the only Four Corners I know, there's a rally at the Four Corners where the Indian owns, but it's not there. It's up the road, like 50 miles or something. In Arizona, I don't know what state it's Arizona, New Mexico. But a lot of people asked us last year if we were going to stop there on the way back, and we didn't.
All right.
So that's the only Four Corners I know.
Yeah, we haven't done the veterans video yet that he's going to do. There's a couple of things that we've got videotaped that he's going to make.
Yeah, we're going to put
to the vets.
Yeah, we're going to do.
They thanked our one for last year. They said they thought they liked that.
I don't know. It'll be tough to top that because I did some drone. Everything kind of flowed good with that one, and I don't know if this one will turn out as good as that one did or not.
Nope. Go Glide. We've never been to Alberta, so we've never been on the 93. Is that a nice ride, or is that
We've
flat,
been up
straight
in Niagara Falls area on the other side of the border. We've been up there and rode around up in there, but that's as far into Canada we've been.
Daytona's good for getting out of the cold when you're up north. Yep.
That's why most of the people
Just like
that came to Daytona, when we asked people, is Maine, New York, New Hampshire, up that way, New Jersey. All those people come to Daytona, which is really weird because in Panama City Beach, which isn't that far away, people from Ohio, Indiana, Texas, Alabama all come to that rally. It's just kind of weird how it's in the same state, but yet
You got different groups of people coming.
And
So
what Daytona, what I really liked about Daytona more than any other rally I ever went to is vintage bikes. Never seen so many people because it doesn't, you can ride almost all year round. They got these old motorcycles and they're riding them every day. It's just,
they're really cool
I've
looking.
never seen so many old bikes in my life in a week's time. It was just crazy. And they're all old guys riding them and stuff. There's some young guys riding them too. But it's really neat. Willie's Tropical Tattoo. She's not going to do it too much longer. He's about done with it. Been doing it for like 60 years or something.
In that bad wreck too. Willie's Tropical Tattoo.
I don't know about that.
Yeah, he was. I hope he's doing good. They said he was okay, but
he had a great show there, chopper show and vintage bikes. That's probably the best. One of the best bike shows that I've ever seen.
We've heard about that one too. Chillicothe, Ohio, the Easy Rider Rodeo Labor Day.
But see what happens with the holidays like that. We normally try to go home, and because that's the only time some of our kids can come out is holidays.
Yeah, football schedule.
So this year we're actually going to be in Missouri visiting our family and friends down there from where we used to live. This Labor Day.
Yeah. Somebody said the Windy Star in Oklahoma is a nice ride to ride on. Somebody else said that the ride up in Alberta it took their breath away that they've been on that road.
There's a Million Mile Road out here to ride there. I rode a great ride one time, and when we came back from Reno, we rode across the state of California on this windy road, and it was priceless. This guy took us on, I don't even know what the road was. The guy was leading us, 2 or 3 bikes, I guess 4 bikes altogether.
Oh, is that when you went up to Reno?
Yeah. He took us back this great windy road, had a couple jackknives in it. It was skinny though.
We're not doing that one in Durango. I guess they were talking about the 4 corners. I guess he said, or you're going to do Bikes, Booze, and Barbecue, or the one. And we're going to go to Bikes, Booze, and Barbecue. Gettysburg is a huge rally. We've heard that too. We haven't really been to a lot of the ones up east, and we're talking about trying to get some of those.
Well, what's tough is a lot of times when you get up on the East Coast, things are a lot more expensive. And that's where we are. We're just tough right now with money to be able to do some of these rallies on the East Coast. Gas is a lot more expensive. Staying there is a lot more expensive. Getting there is a lot more expensive because there's not a lot of, some of these states, like when we're traveling from state to state, we boondock. We stay in a parking lot or a rest area or something like that. Well, when you get up on the East Coast, there's not a lot of that allowed. They're a lot more stricter. So they want you to go to a campground overnight for $100 a night. We can't justify that if it's going to take us 3 or 4 nights to get to some states. And because we just vary in states. Some days we drive 250 miles, depends on how she feels. And some days we can do 600 miles, and just a couple of those. Yeah. Mostly it's
so. Rep Bank, how is Willie doing? He says Willie's Chopper Show. We heard he had an accident on his bike, so I don't know how he's doing. Rocky's in Canada. 555 is awesome.
Willie's Tropical Tattoo. Live? Are we live? Of course we're live.
Hey everybody, Bob and Tam did an excellent job.
You got all those concerts though. I see.
Yeah, I got
a lot
some
of your
them.
videos there going on your concert.
But
how'd you guys do?
I did it for a lot of vets because a lot of them were asking me, like they're in nursing homes and they can't go.
Yeah.
They were happy to see the concert. I got a lot of people.
No, we're still in Sturgis. We're on Main Street right now.
Yeah. How'd you do vendor wise?
Okay, we'll have to check that out, John, and Gettysburg.
Yeah. It seemed like you guys were always down there, so I didn't know.
No, we have another
girls over here.
Oh yeah, we can run up over.
I know, I've heard that.
Yeah, great, awesome. That's right.
But you guys head out.
Once everything opens back up, maybe we can all go back up through Canada again and get up there.
Like Thursday, I have a ladies' party.
Oh, okay.
I heard he wasn't too banged up, but he had an accident.
Good.
Are you doing North Star?
West Canada.
Yeah. We'll be there after this. We go to
Vancouver and all that. We've never been up there too.
And we do Bikes and Blues.
What's up?
And so then we do Bikes and Blues. We're deciding. Depends on we film Tuesday, and I've got all good footage of that.
Yeah.
We're gonna put that on our Patreon. If it does really well, that'll give me enough money to.
So don't forget to give us a thumbs up if you're on there. We've got 248. So
I don't put it on YouTube.
You guys better recognize because Canada.
They're really they get
Canada because
if I just say 150 biker check, they get me for that.
So is that where the mountains are in
thumbnail,
Canada on
and it's
the
like,
east and
send your
west
buddies
coast?
out
Is
there
there
with
not
CPU
really
tops
many in
on
the
and
middle?
let her go on. But
I know
they
it's
yank my
pretty
thumbnail.
I don't get it. Yeah, I know.
vast area up there. I don't think there's a lot of
swimming suit.
Yeah.
people up
You know,
there.
like the girl that had the cut up the other day.
We
It looked like a
told you 12
one-piece
years
swimsuit.
ago,
And the gig was
and it rained.
I look at
We heard that. They said that's the only bad thing about Laconia is it rains up there a lot. So, but to tell you the truth, since Sturgis last year, every rally we've been to, it rained one day, I think in Daytona when we were down there. It rained one day in Leesburg and one day in Myrtle Beach. Other than that, all the rallies we've been to, it hasn't rained. So hopefully we're bringing like our dry Arizona weather with us.
And so they put that one back on. Well, then
You guys are giving us lots of good suggestions of where to go. Vancouver and Western Canada. We've never been up there, so.
I put it up 5 times. They took it down every time.
Yeah, that's
And it's like
Mexi Philly. He's got a YouTube channel too. His wife sells the crystal bandanas. So he usually does a live wherever he's at. Like he was here on Main Street at One Eye Jack, so he'll do a live through the whole not concert, whole rally. And so you can watch it and see it. And he's also got one at the Buffalo Chip. So you can see his there. And most of his are lives, but I think he does some videos also.
Watch it. Yeah. You know, I've never given.
Oh, that's in the West.
If I watch your video and I don't like it, I just move on to the next channel.
Exactly. Yeah.
100% agree. Yeah, we'll have to get up that way. There's so much stuff we want to do. Oh my God, it's just doesn't seem like there's enough hours in the day to do everything.
Another one. Yeah, it's been a good rally.
I'm glad you enjoyed it, Ben. And that's what we try to do. We try to do short videos because I know a lot of people don't have a long attention span, but just trying to keep you guys informed, places to go, things to do. When we get any updates, we give them to you. And like I said, we try to give you factual information. We don't make stuff up or try to get it from city officials or vendors or whatever. He sets up at the Iron Horse too? I guess. I don't know if he did or not. Did you have a booth at the Iron Horse too?
For Daytona.
Oh.
For Daytona.
In Daytona, he's at the Iron Horse. Yeah, Daytona. Okay, there you go.
You guys, I just want to say you guys did an excellent job on the coverage. Very informative. And so when I saw that, I'm like, I'm going to stand back. I'm just going to like, I was busy. We were getting our asses kicked over here.
Oh, I know.
At One Eye Jack's and inside Buffalo Chip. So I was like, I got a lot of footage and stuff, but I'm like, I'm going to do that later.
That's right.
So can they buy headbands? Like, do you have an online store?
Yeah, Marie's Famous Headbands. So.
Marie's Famous Headbands.com?
Yep, Marie's Famous Headbands.
Marie's Famous Headbands.com.
There's a lot of people
And
that
you can
sell
buy them online.
Sexy biker.
They're really cool.
Yeah.
She's got all different kinds of colors, and she puts all the little bling on it. They're really cool. So we hit 14,000. That's where we're at right now. We're just a little over that. Maybe we're close to 14.5 or just 14.
I don't know.
It was 14.
It was 14.3 this morning. I don't know.
So we're getting up there. Thanks to you guys. We're trying to reach our goals. I don't, you know, he always thinks big. So he wanted 25,000. I think because we grew so fast and so big last year.
Anyway, I'll see you guys.
All right.
Take care.
Keep up the good work. These retirees right here do a great job. They're not retired. They found another job.
Yeah, we do.
I
Yeah.
work harder now
Our
than I
second
did when I
job.
was.
I know. That's why I sent that question. When do you sleep?
Yeah, not very often.
You guys take care.
All right,
Okay,
we'll see you in September.
Sure will.
So yeah, so right now we are, which my numbers may show higher than what yours are. Mine shows actual numbers, and sometimes when you look at our page, it'll be smaller. So right now we've got 14,432. We've gained.
Hit the thumbs up if you're watching, please. George says hit the thumbs up button.
So in the last 28 days, we've gotten 3,350 new subscribers. In the last 7 days, we've gotten 1,193. I would say 1,200. So during the actual rally, we've only picked up 1,200 people, which is kind of sad. But I mean, there's a lot of people. But see, when you look at a video that I've got up. It's on this one.
600,000 riding miles. Wow, that's a lot. You get some use on your bike. That's great. I know some of the bikes we looked at over at the Harley dealership, and it's like, you know, they've got 8,000 miles, 12,000 miles. And they're a few years old. What are you looking at?
Just looking to see what.
Watch time and stuff.
Yeah. So it's like a video here that came up 2 days ago. I've made a whole $1.91 on it. That's the video of this one, which is one of my hottest videos right now. As of yesterday, because it takes a day for them to tell you. It's had almost 40,000 views, and I made $1.93 off. So a lot of people think you make a lot of money doing YouTube. And now what's different is right now we are going crazy.
Cool.
If you go back, let's see, am I out of that? I'll get out of that video. If you look at, which I just looked at this morning, views I had in the last 48 hours, which this is crazy because this is great numbers. I had 150,000 views on all of my videos in the last 48 hours, which is exceptional. Normally, what I like to get at least on a good day is about 30,000 views in 48 hours. That's really doing good. Sometimes we're 5,000 or 6,000 is all we got when we're only putting a video out every, 3 a week or whatever we're doing. So numbers here are exceptionally good for a rally.
So Toby wants to know where everybody's watching from. So he says he's in Kentucky. Got Virginia.
So they tell you like a lot of things. See the little balloon? That means we're
That's
doing
a good
good.
thing.
It says, keep it up. Your recent videos attracted more viewers than usual, contributing to 196% more views on your channel. So they tell you when you're doing good, and then they tell you your video sucks. It ain't doing as good as the other videos you have to. And we get
You
that
better
once in a
stop.
while.
Well, we try to bring you guys all our adventures, but mostly our motorcycle adventures get the biggest
Yeah, so when we go back,
hits.
if you go back and look at our videos for this month, the best videos.
We should have met you, Paul. We were in Kissimmee for like almost a month.
So the video that we had the other day, the last video I put up was day 8. That's at 38,000 views, which isn't bad. The next video, day 7, is at 49,000 views. Day 6 is 32,000. The Kid Rock and the Horny Mike video I put up to 22,000. Day 4 is 52,000 views. Day 3 is 63,000. But then you go back to, we told you the first Friday of the rally, day 1, we only got 14,000 views. And that even had girls on the thing. It had 16,000 views on opening day. 20,000, 19, 11. See, they drop them down. The girl that had her shirt cut up, that was 31,000. So they just all vary. The police videos are almost at 60,000. So they all bounce around. We did legal burnouts, and I thought that would do really good. And I got 2,000 views on it. That really sucked. That's like the worst video I did while we were here.
We got people all over the country watching us.
Then
all over Maine. Watches our videos every day.
So a lot of that, when it comes to YouTube, is what people watch. But just because somebody said they watched, like I told you, the police video was 60,000 videos. Well, you got to look and see what's the average duration somebody's watching the videos. If they only watch a minute or 10 seconds of your video, you didn't get any revenue from that.
Minnesota. Greg said, everybody pitch in $5 is from watching. I don't know if that's why he did it or not. Massachusetts. Massachusetts, there's a lot of Texas up there. Pennsylvania. Renee's on there too. My friend, are you still on there, Renee? She's a high school friend. We're friends on Facebook still. Our kids, she used to watch my kids for me. She was right down the street from me. Australia. So we still got $500. $5. That's a lot of money. North Carolina, Minnesota, Saskatchewan, Canada. How about that? Look at all these people. The Queens. But appreciate all you guys watching. We've been on another hour, so we've been on almost 3 hours total.
Holy Jennifer Jupiter's Batman.
An hour and 50 minutes on the first video and an hour and 10 minutes on this video. 217.
Not as many. Half of you dried up and decided not to go back.
Well, I think they didn't know what happened to us. I think
No,
they
but it
just
still
thought,
should have popped up on their feet.
I don't know. Baltimore, Maryland, Texas. What's your worst weather experience? Hail.
Riding a
I don't
motorcycle
know
from
why
Rapid City.
it won't let me turn that one on.
You're probably we're losing connection. Probably. Can you hear me?
Oh, we got a super chat from Glenn Schultz. Thank you, Glenn. That one popped up. Denver. Oh, sorry, John. I hope everything's okay. There's your worst experience.
So we've been in hail. Well, we've been in a couple things. Last year, the hail was so bad and the rain, I couldn't see in front of me. We were out here on the 90, left Rapid City, couldn't get to a viaduct. We parked the bike. I thought I pulled off the road. I was like an inch off the road. I told her to get down on the side. We had no rain gear. Told her to get down on the side of the bike, and I was going to cover her up so she didn't get beat up so bad. And a guy came up with a brand new Chevy truck and put us in his dual cab in the back seat. And we sat there for 20 minutes till the hail stopped.
We never got to think.
That's the worst. Now, we had one other time we were going through Death Valley at 127 degrees with no cooling vest. We were riding along. We stopped at this old abandoned gas station, actually had water. We took the garden hose, poured it on top of us, wet t-shirt and all, got on the bike. By the time we hit the ramp, we were totally dry.
Yeah.
One other time it happened in Mesquite, Arizona, or
Mesquite, no, Nevada.
Nevada. Was it Nevada, or we already crossed the border?
We were in Nevada.
Okay.
Mesquite,
Mesquite,
Nevada.
Nevada. We were coming back from Sturgis. It was about 120 degrees, and I started seeing stars, and that got really scary. It took me about 2 hours sitting in a Burger King to cool down enough to where we could finish getting to Las Vegas. So that's probably our two. Well, we also had the wind. We were coming across Palm Desert one time and turned, and we had to lean the bike so much that you could have took your hand and just touched the ground because we were bent over so far to keep the bikes up. And that was crazy. She did that on her sports tour.
That was crazy.
And those are probably, we rode in snow. Well, she didn't went in the snow.
No,
Me and my buddy came back through Yellowstone, and it was 80 degrees at the bottom of the mountain, at the top of the mountain, and we were in snow. And we decided we were going to stop and take pictures of our bikes in the snow, but we were afraid we would get stuck. So we kept on going and came back down the hill.
Yeah, it was no bueno. I know. When we got, it was horrible. We sat in that, we stopped at a Jack in the Box, and it was probably, we sat in there at least an hour. He was on the $1 Million Highway, George was. Said it started snowing. They were in ice and snowstorm. Ice is the worst. Snow is, at least you can drive in snow. You can't drive on ice.
Well, it's not good with 2 wheels. It's a little tough.
Yeah.
I used to take my dirt bike out in
They
the snow.
towed their truck and trailer at the Buffalo Chip from a pothole. I believe that. We're all good. Travel took a new full-time rig. Well, I'm glad you're okay, John. Said he had a couple rough days there, so I'm glad he's all right. So has anybody else had any bad weather experiences? Whoops. Dragon Slayer is the must. So Highway 160 in Lynch, Kentucky. I don't know if we'll be down there. Hail is the worst. Well, we were also in Wyoming one time. I had a full face helmet on. He only had a half helmet. I was riding my own bike. We were in Wyoming and the hail was coming down. I had jeans and chaps on. It felt like somebody were throwing darts at my leg. So he had his hand up over his face. We pulled over, pulled his hand down. He's like, how bad is my face bleeding? I'm like, it's not bleeding, but he said it felt like it because that hail, when it pings you.
So horrible. I got some good news. Is Willie's Tropical Tattoo is already set up for their Chopper Day on October 14th of 2021 at 11 to 4. They're going to have the Chopper Show this fall. So he is at least doing good enough for that. Let's see if I see anything else on his Facebook page.
It's the worst. Yes, I agree. So we need to write that down too. What was that other road? There was one in Winding Star in Oklahoma, and then this one is Highway 160 in Lynch. Highway 160 in Lynch, Kentucky. We'll have to go for that way. I know. Yeah, snow and He only got the pa out, not the ting. Ken wrote.
What ting?
He wrote pa and then it didn't get the ting out, but now he's got it both out. Oh yeah, that's got to be bad. He said he had a bird. John said he was riding a bird hit him in the chest.
Had a beagle on my shirt.
Yeah. I know it's not. None of those animals are any good. We were riding one time out to Laughlin, Nevada from California and hit a swarm of locusts. And you saw this kind of gray area ahead of you. I don't know, didn't know what it was. And man, when you hit it, it was just like they all hit up. That was gross. Oh my gosh, the tornado, that wouldn't be good either. Driving to Sierra Nevadas in dark. Rain. Oh, and a deer. Yeah. Yeah, you got to watch, especially out here. They were really bad this year. Oh, I got to scoot over. So there's Mailman Farms. They got us a place to boondock in Maine. Okay. How far away is that from Laconia? Is that too far away to stay and drive? Did you ever get your trike yet? I know you guys were still having trouble getting that. Morgantown, West Virginia. Hitting a deer. Yeah, that's not good. Yeah, a deer is not. All those animals. And there was a lot of deer on the side of the road this year. So I think the deers are overpopulated in this area up here in the Black Hills. Deer Rainwood alone. Oh yeah, 15 hours to ride 30 miles. That stinks too, because especially if you're trying to get somewhere and then you have to ride so slow. A pregnant deer. Oh yeah. I have a spider story. Ugh. Traveled to DC almost ran to the rain the whole time. I know. Rain's no fun to ride in either. It's just, it wears you out. You're scared. You're a nervous wreck. You're riding right knuckle because you don't want to slip or slide off the road. And sometimes if you can't see very well because you don't have a windshield wiper on a motorcycle, then think what you'd be riding. So Robin's on Facebook, and she's from one of our Corona Harley group. So a lot of good people in that group. I miss all those guys. Remember riding from Merced, California to Laughlin on Route 66 and 88. The rally we hit local. Yes, that was horrible. Well, it wasn't an 88 when we did it, but it was probably was like 2000. I was on my Sportster, so probably 2010, I'd say. It was when we did it. It was like, ugh. I bet you do still have yellow on your jacket. Those things are gross. No trikes for 55 minutes from Laconia. Well, that's not bad. So that'll be cool. If we come up to Laconia, I might hit you guys up. The groundhog that put me in the airborne. Oh, geez. That's not good either. All these animals that were hit. Locusts. Remember we went to Laughlin that one time and ran into that form of grasshoppers, locusts, whatever they are? They're all gross. I hit a buffalo, told it to spike. He ignored the buffaloes. I know. They put those signs up for a reason. There's one, I didn't realize that between Sturgis and Rapid City, there's a moose one. Did you see that? Or elk? So, yeah, somebody the other day on Facebook, they thought it was a bear, but everybody kept saying it was a bull, a bison bull. So I don't know. Worst cut. Bird hit the windshield in Tennessee. My son-in-law in their car. I guess they had a rental car, wasn't it?
Yeah.
And a bird hit and shattered the windshield, and they had to pay for that.
Yeah.
And it was a rental car. I don't know.
You didn't buy the insurance.
Big bugs, yes, they're gross. I don't like bugs. Let's save her on SUVs and cars, yes. So you got to be really careful. Yep, I'm sure all of us have a lot. Antaka, yep, that's what. Hit a turkey doing 90 miles an hour. Sprayed on the bike. Wild turkey. That's a good name for it. So if you guys are still on, give us a thumbs up. Thanks for sharing all your stories about the worst weather conditions, animal conditions. That's gross.
Let's wrap her up.
Are you done talking?
I'm done.
Believe it or not, he's done talking. So I want to thank all you guys for coming along today. Even though we've had take two here. Subscribe to our channel if you haven't already. Give us a big thumbs up. Ring that bell for notifications. Share us with your family and friends. Think about Patreon, and we'll see you guys on the next video.
And we got some more videos coming up this week on Sturgis. A lot of neat things that we've done that I didn't have time to put up. And so keep watching. I don't know how long it's going to last, but we'll keep putting up some Sturgis stuff until I run out. And then we'll see where we're at and what's going on, and maybe do a few lives somewhere, wherever we might be. Let you guys know where we're traveling to. We'll probably be here in Sturgis till maybe Thursday or Friday of this week. If you're still around, let us know. Email us. Email is the best place. Facebook, I don't look at it every day. I probably should, but I don't. Emails, we check all day long. So if you email us and say, hey, I'm here, we probably won't know if you said, hey, we're standing out in front of the gate at full throttle, swing by. Well, we probably aren't going to look at the email until we get back to the RV.
We try to check it whenever we stop, whenever we pull over or something.
And because we're waiting for things to come through our email and different things and stuff like that. So
he's getting tired.
We'll leave you with that. We thank you for hanging around with us for this extra long lives today. For those that came around for the
First part.
for over 3 hours of a live. Holy Jennifer Troopers. So much for getting another video out today, which I probably won't get to today. Try tomorrow. But tomorrow we got to meet with Woody at 8:30 and talk to him about some stuff, and then we'll see what happens tomorrow. We want to go on a couple of rides before we leave, and we will see how that goes. Thank you.
Thank you. Kanaka, I can't say that. Is it Kanaka? N-A-K. I don't know. 13.
We appreciate all that you give us. It is adding up, and it's making this rally a pretty good rally. So we've actually done pretty well. We actually, probably broke even here so far, and that's pretty good. And
we're gonna get that video up as soon as we can. That's why we're talking to Woody tomorrow about domiciles.
Yep.
So getting you a chip address. So stay tuned for that. Hopefully it'll be up.
But if we talk to him tomorrow, I'll probably put it up in the next couple of days. Might even be 2 videos coming up in the same day. I don't know. We're gonna make 2 videos. One for other YouTubers that are RVers that want to send it out and help him out. And then we'll do one on our own. So ours, of course, will come out first. And then we'll email it to all the other YouTubers and see if they want to jump on board and promote a great place to have a domicile at.
Yep. It's well worth it. And thank all of you guys for coming along. We really appreciate you guys, each and every one of you. Wish we could meet each and every one of you. You guys are all awesome and great, and we love you all.
So that, we're going to say adios, muchachos. See you later, alligator.
After a while, crocodile.
Woo-wee.
Goodbye.